Blog Show. Blog Show.
Welcome to the Blog Show, your weekly flirtation with sports blogging. I'm your host, Jamie Mottram. This is your other host, back from the Super Bowl, Dan Steinberg.
That's right, Jamie. At the Super Bowl, I got to hang out with like supermodels, deal or no deal models. Now I'm back to hanging out with bloggers on TV sets.
It's the life of a blogger. Welcome back to the fold, Dan. I appreciate all the dispatches you filed from the Super Bowl, including one that came right after the Super Bowl about Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas' interview he did with Men's Journal.
That's right. A guy named Jason, who gets a ding, sent me an email saying, go out and buy Men's Journal right away. There's a Q&A with Gilbert on the back with some interesting details. The most interesting is that as a rookie, Gilbert shaved his hair down there because he was told that it stinks. Wound up getting infected. He blogged about this a little bit on his own NBA.com blog. He said that he had to kind of put some lotion on to dull the pain, and then he put baby powder, and he would explode in a puff of baby powder on the court.
But who told him that it stinks is what I'd like to know. There should have been a follow-up question there.
His teammates, I think.
Another item from that interview is that Gilbert prefers his own customized cocktail, the Agent Zero. It is a 50-50 mix of Corona and Shirley Temple.
That's right, because Corona is so strong with the alcohol, you got to water it down a little bit.
All right, we'll find out more at the DC Sports Blog, and then also your counterpart, the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, Michael Rand from Randball, brought this one to light, the Wine Rack. It is a bra lined with, I guess, some type of lining that can fit an entire bottle of wine in it for smuggling into sporting events.
750 milliliters, I believe, yeah. And I think this actually came from the Wired blog originally, who said that it will make a woman's bra size go up by 2 sizes, I believe. And I sort of recommend that if you're going to use the Wine Rack, you go with a Pinot Grigio or maybe like a Riesling, because that goes really well with tater tots.
Tater tots. Remember, there's the end of a one-liner there. Very nice, Steins. Speaking of wine, we have a Chris Berman video to play for you folks. We played one last week. It was from the, I guess, the lost ESPN Chris Berman acting a little inappropriate archives. Anyways, more videos have come out throughout the course of the week, and here's the latest one that we call the Wine Maven.
Because it's pretty clean. It's not a Chardonnay with a lot of bite, which, by the way, some Chardonnay with bite is fine, but it's a pretty, it's a pretty clean, and it's not that expensive. It's way beyond what it costs.
Right. Oh, but it was
It's hard to find here. In California, you can find a lot.
And we saw that Chris Berman video and several other Chris Berman videos that maybe we'll get to later on Sportifile. And I'd like to make 3 quick comments. First of all, this guy, Ampex200, who's been putting up these Berman videos on the web, really deserves some kind of prize.
American hero.
Second of all, I did see Chris Berman briefly at the Super Bowl. We were waiting outside of the Madden party.
How could you miss him?
He came up with 4 young, attractive women and
shocking,
ushered them right through the masses waiting to get in. And the bouncer said, "I like the way you travel, Chris," which was a fair comment for the bouncer to make. And the third thing I want to say is, what is this bite that he's talking about? No one describes bite with Chardonnay.
You would know. I mean, you're a cheese expert.
Oaky.
The two go hand in hand.
I think maybe he meant oaky.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Well, more Berman videos to come, but let's get political on our viewing audience for just one moment. The blog Lion and Oil brought this new Hillary Clinton baseball card to light. It's a special Upper Deck edition where she is, I guess, portrayed as Morgana the Kissing Bandit.
That's right. $610 on eBay. I guess Upper Deck pulled the card, realizing that it was somewhat tasteless, like a Shirley Temple watered down with Corona.
Yes.
But, you know, it's still available on eBay. There's also cards for failed presidential candidates like Rudy Giuliani, John Edwards.
Yeah, there was Giuliani with the Red Sox celebrating the World Series. Perhaps that's one reason why he's out of the race. Anyways, collectors like nothing more than a limited edition baseball card. That's why you see the $610 price tag on eBay.
That's right.
One other political candidate crossing over into the sports world is Barack Obama. It's well known that Barry loves hoop, as he said in his high school yearbook. Well, here's an Undercrown t-shirt where you see the Obama ABA-style basketball.
Nice little ding for Undercrown there.
Yeah, it's a fine sporting line.
That's right. If we could cross over for 1 second back to the football and the Super Bowl and the Giants. I had an interesting experience at the Super Bowl of getting snuck into a party with I'm going to say a former World Series MVP who was nice enough to let me join his entourage. And it wasn't really that hard to get through, but there was some kind of red tape involved. This Giants fan managed to sneak his way into the Giants' victory celebration all the way into the locker room.
Yeah, the parade in Manhattan, he snuck his way on the owner's bus, down the parade float, all the way like into the locker room, on the field, being cheered by 30,000 Giants fans. The whole tale was chronicled in email that was making the rounds and then bubbled up and was popularized by Deadspin.
That's right, and I understand that as he was trying to get into the locker room, there were actually 6 or 7 members of the Patriots front 7 who had got their hands on him, but couldn't stop him from getting through.
Oh, is that an Eli Manning's David Tyree reference?
Did you get it?
Yeah, that was nice.
Funny.
We're still trying to name that play, by the way. I think the Kissing Susie Colbert guys did a good job. But while we're talking about football, let's take it back to our friend Chris Berman. Here's Chris, and with another one of these lost videos complaining about the teleprompter.
Is that prompter going to do that all night long or just now? Is this a new machine tonight? Boy, it's every week it's something else here. Intermittent. No, I saw that. Every week. We do 5 minutes of TV here a week. It's not that hard.
Every week.
Right.
It's not that hard.
You're a diva, Steins.
Not that hard.
I mean, it's TV. It's pretty difficult. We do 8 minutes every week.
Every week this happens.
You've got a bit of a Berman complex you're developing here on me.
What are we doing right now?
Anyways, it's ugly. All those Berman videos have been seen across the web on Awful Announcing, With Leather, Kissing Susie Colbert, Sports by Brooks, Ding Ding Ding, for every big blog out there.
That's right. Well, Chris Berman might be sort of surly in an unattractive way. I think we've got another kind of surly guy who actually manages to look good while he's surly, and that would be Don Cherry, the legendary Canadian broadcaster. We saw the 10 best suits of his life recently.
Yeah, these were on Going 5-hole, and they were colorful.
Amazing.
They were loud.
Amazing.
Yeah, some of them remind me of that scene in Garden State where a guy's shirt blends in with the bathroom wallpaper.
I don't know what you're talking
If Don
about.
Cherry was to blend in, that would be some sexy bathroom wallpaper.
This number one, though, number one is really just incredible. What is that? Backgammon chips was the question?
But you don't have any backgammon-inspired garments?
Amazing. I would love.
I know you watch
love to
Project
dress up
Runway.
for
That would be fierce. Anyways, on the fashion tip, 4-star recruit, according to Rivals.com, Devon Jefferson. He's going to Miami, and the way he announced it was by wearing the actual mascot hat.
Sebastian the Ibis.
Yes.
Ibis, you say, right?
Ibis, is that a bird?
I would
don't even know.
love to get a flying blue hen sticking out of my head, but I haven't seen one of those yet. If they're available, please email me.
He should have gone all the way like Lee Corso on a College Game Day. Anyway, we just saw that on everydaysshouldbesaturday.com. Fantastic college football blog. We have one more blog item, by the way, my favorite one of the week, aside from the Berman videos, and it's that Ken Tremendous, one of the geniuses behind FireJoeMorgan.com. He is no longer the anonymous Ken Tremendous. He came out of the closet, so to speak. His name is Michael Schur, and he's actually a writer/producer for The Office.
That's right.
And many of the writers and producers on The Office double as actors. He was Dwight Schrute's cousin, Mose Schrute, on the program. It's amazing. A sports blogger is contributing to The Office.
Jamie's been beaming about this all week.
It's the best thing ever.
That's great. Before we go, we should point out that our shirts are available on the Blog Show t-shirt shop. One of them, I think mine, is actually inspired by a Too Hot for TV post from Thighs Wide Shut, one of our favorite blogs.
Yes, and Zornstar is available in maroon and black, in case you were wondering. But that does it for this week's Blog Show. Before you go, check out the YouTube of the week. This one makes up the Chris Berman trilogy. I do hope you enjoy.
Every week.
You know what a do is? It's Canadian aspirin with a little bit of codeine in it, just enough to give you that pop. 222s, do's. I mean, you buy it over the counter up there, you can't hear. It's like $10 up there, but it's like $100 prescription here. So you put it in all the corners of your suitcase. Do you have anything to declare? Oh, no.
Blog Show was brought to you by the good people at Senate Insurance.
Kiss my bumper. Just kiss it.